I hate to start the video this way, but I've had a major complaint. I'm not even kidding about this. About the fact that my channel is just filled with smut and innuendo, and I have to take this sort of thing seriously. I have a living to make, so I have to be careful from now on about what I say. And with that in mind, I figured the best thing to do is to just have this entire episode presented by the guy that made the complaint. There is nothing funny about willies! I'm kidding. I have actually had a major complaint, but yeah, no more innuendo. Anyway, today's video is all about making erections out. Today's video is all about making erections out of these amazing lighting blocks from Yeelight. And these little cubes do some preposterous stuff that I never would have thought possible. But thank goodness today's product doesn't have the ability to draw little willies in lights, because that's what got me in trouble the last time. Sorry, what? It does? Oh. Find out later in today's video whether I managed to resist that urge. Spoiler alert, I won't. Thanks to Yeelight for sponsoring today's video and for sending me their Yeelight modular cubes. These are some of the coolest little smart lights I've seen so far because they're just so different. They connect via Wi-Fi, which means there's no need for a separate bridge, but they're also the first Matter product that I've been sent that actually seems to work properly with all of my smart home gateways. Consequently, they work with Amazon Alexa and Google Home, Apple HomeKit, and because they're Matter compatible, they also work with Home Assistant and HomeKit entirely locally, thanks to Yeelight's local mode. On top of all the smart home functionality, they can be turned into desk clocks, uplighters for your nerd collection, and they work with Razer Chroma 2, meaning that you can sync them to your gaming monitor as an ambient backlight using Screen Mirror. I think my favourite use for them though is to create messages specifically for people that think they can tell me how to use my YouTube channel. How you like them apples, you whiny little bit? The cubes are 50mm by 50mm and can be arranged in any way you like, up to 6 cubes in length. And as well as being able to control them using the Yeelight app, you can also press a little touch-sensitive panel on the base to turn them on and off, and to switch up the animations. The 3 types of cubes are a spotlight that shines one colour at a time, a dot matrix cube that can run animations, and my personal favourite, which is a diffused cube that plays similar animations but through a diffuser. I'm not going to go into masses of detail about the individual that made this complaint about me. What I will say is this: if you think I should be able to run my channel however I see fit, give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. That way you'll see more of me just telling people to stick it. These little dudes can only be stacked in one direction, however you can flip the cubes around. You can either choose to lie them flat or turn them into an erection. Stop it. Stop that. I think it would be great if they had their modulation charging point on the top and on the sides, because then I would be able to stack them into more interesting shapes. I watched another reviewer questioning this, and he was like, I'm not sure if this is a software limitation or a hardware limitation. It's a hardware limitation. The spotlights can be angled, and I think this makes them perfect for displaying your nerdy stuff, and also amazing for YouTubers who regularly review products because this makes for really good set decoration and lighting. The Yeelight app allows you to see your individual charging stands and turn them on and off, and also quickly switch between different modes. And you can tell the app the layout of your modules so that you can create really cool effects across that layout. The modes have some really beautiful effects to choose from, and the ability to change the brightness of the device too. As well as the really cool animations, you can also have clock mode, which can display both the time and the date, and in various colour schemes too. And you can also create your own pixel designs and save them to the app to be recalled later, and even animate their direction, which is super cool. It's a giraffe. Once you have your favourite designs, you can actually store them to the charging stand so that the button on the front will cycle through your chosen designs, which is absolutely awesome. The setup process is a case of pressing a button in an app and then scanning a barcode on the base of the stand, which actually works really well. This is the first time I've seen the Matter protocol actually in use and working the way you would expect. From here, you have full control using the Yeelight app, which is awesome. And if you now want to add the device to, say, Google Home or Amazon Alexa, you can simply install the traditional skill and do it that way, or you can use the new Matter Smart Home Protocol method, which of course, as we all know, Matter has been created by the industry to make life much easier. Not to make us buy everything again because they've replaced Zigbee. Corporations. Or money. Emptying your wallet since the dawn of time. Oh wow, how did he do it? Has he got a twin? Is Jeff Bezos real? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I don't have a VFX department, so I'll leave you guessing. He used a claw, painted it out. Took a long time, wasn't worth it. To get it connected using Matter, all you've got to do is go into the settings of the Yeelight app and find the pairing code, and then put that pairing code into your voice assistance app, whether that be Apple HomeKit or Amazon Alexa or Google Home or even Home Assistant. You can connect it to either one of those things using this pairing code. To be fair to the whole Matter thing, despite the fact I give it a lot of stick through these videos, it is actually a more slick way of working once the industry gets its act together. Currently, I still find it a bit fiddly to go through settings, and it does sometimes take a couple of attempts to pair. But once they get this working, it'll be great.
Hey Siri.
Turn Yeelight Cube Light 1 off.
Okay, the Yeelight Cube Light 1 is off.
Thank you. And, more importantly, it has opened up so many more devices to Apple HomeKit. Isn't that right, Apple CEO Tim Cook?
You will join us or you will die.
No one asked, but yeah, that. I can't really find fault with these things except for one thing, and here is the elephant in the room. They are not cheap. This is £90 just for the base unit before you've even bought the extensions, and the extensions are over £60 each. If you wanted 6 of these things, it's going to be quite the hefty price tag. I've seen other reviewers like stacking these things up and then getting a second one and then stacking those up and going, oh, look what I can do. This would cost you a lot of money to do that, and there's no beating around the bush here. These are pieces of art. I have featured very few of these sorts of things on the channel before, but if you remember the Hypercube that I put on the channel, that too was extremely expensive because these are like art pieces. They're not just like lights that you connect to Alexa. You either like art in your home and you spend a lot of money on it, or you don't. This is one of those things. It's a piece of art and it's very expensive. These really do look cool on my desk though, and there aren't many products that end up here, because my desk is already pretty cluttered, but having this really sweet looking digital clock and a couple of uplighters has convinced me that this is a keeper. On that note, the uplighters are really bright. You are getting quite a lot of light out of these things, and that is probably why they cost so much money. When I get the Star Trek Ready Room style office that I've got planned, I will use the uplighters to highlight something cool and have a decorative piece of art that also lights up as part of my collection. If you're interested in buying anything you've seen in today's video, then as usual, the links are in the description as to where you can pick one up. In the meantime, without these people, this video would not exist. These are my patrons from Patreon, and honestly, they're the best people on the planet. They keep me doing what I'm doing. If you want to be one of those incredible people, you can do that at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and either way, I'll genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks and my Twitters and my Instagrams and my TikToks too, and it just said Twitter and it's not called Twitter anymore, it's called X. See you next time.